Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is George. Welcome to Trading Futures Live, where we trade futures live every day, every morning, starting at 9:20. Just a quick reminder, trading is inherently risky, and you can lose capital, so please do not take our trades. We are here for educational purposes, and with that being said, let's get right into it. Today we had pretty big news at 8:30 a.m. CPI month over month. It was a miss. It was 0.1% higher. I believe we're at now 8.3% year over year, with an expected 8.1% year over year. So that was the big news this morning. We had quite a huge drop in the equity markets when that news came out. Later on today, we have crude oil inventories at 10:30, and really that's pretty much it for the news. Federal budget balance at 2 p.m. as well. Looking at the charts, you can see the huge drop here in this 30-minute candle. That's the 8:30 to 9 a.m. candle. Over 200 points in the Nasdaq, nearly a 100-point drop in the ES. They're all trading now around where yesterday's close was, mostly below yesterday's close, especially on the ES and the NQ. The Dow made it back up to yesterday's close, and the Russell is right at yesterday's close right now, but definitely showing weakness overnight. The VIX shot up on that news as well. Everything is kind of in recovery mode right now. Gold had dropped, it's recovered. Crude dropped, it has now recovered. We're back up at $1.04 after the drop on Monday. And the dollar shot up, but is back to where it was at the beginning of the news. So really the biggest effect was on the equity markets. The big drop with some recovery, but not nearly the kind of recovery that gold, crude, and the dollar had. And so with that, I'm going to turn you guys over to Franco.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that ring button so you can get notified every time we go live or we post a video. Regarding the news, I wanted to give another update about the news. One thing that George didn't mention but is very important too is about the mortgage applications, right? And we know how important the real estate market is for the economy, and we have the mortgage rate now in 5.53%. That's 70% or 60% above what we had roughly a year ago. So definitely the real estate market is going to be impacted by this. It's going to take some time to, be noticed in the market, but certainly it will. Then, like George said, we have the CPI at 8.3%, right? Slightly missed to the upside, but there are certain numbers that I want to share with you that get my attention. If you guys see here, let me see if I can. News comments. Alright, so I want to take myself out of the way so you can see how these numbers are, right? So, and we can see here how, and this is the official report, right? But we see here how energy obviously is being one of the things that is hurting the CPI report, being fuel oil up 80.5% for the year, right? And we had 2.7 month over month, which is pretty high. It's below the 80% average though, because we had this 22 in March, 22% and 7.7 and 9.5. So 2.7 is certainly a lower number, but it's still quite high. And we had shelter, very important. Transportation services is the one that is really hurting us for this month. And the transportation services includes airlines, airline tickets, all those things. We have energy commodity down 5%. Crude oil has been going down over the weeks. And what else? Oh, used cars came down also this month. This is third consecutive month that used cars come down. Still 22.7 in annual basis, but this is helping us. So the reaction of the market is very logical, right? Because higher inflation means higher rates or more aggressiveness, aggressiveness from the Fed to try to lower inflation. All right, I want to show you guys now. After this being said, I want to show you where we stand with the market. So it came down with the news, and our demand in 12.17 is still holding. If we go to our watch list, I can tell that just like 30% of my watch list is on the negative and volatile, right? I mean, they're beyond -1%, right? The rest of the watch list is pretty flat. I would dare to say that like half of the watch list, 50% is flat. So yes, it came down with the move, but this demand is still holding. So my strategy for today is going to be I will watch closely the dollar, because the dollar is one of the main thing that is driving this market. Right now, the dollar, in my opinion, is overextended, right? So every time it goes to this high, like it went during the news, start to drop, right? So I want to watch closely the dollar. Also, the yen is weak today. So if we have the dollar and the yen turning weak, that's not very bearish for the markets. Now I know the CPI news is a bad news, and it should be bearish for the market, and it was. The first reaction was very bearish, but I see the demand holding, right? I want to see some confirmation that the internals are telling me that the market indeed is going to go down. And I also need some confirmation of the dollar going up and the yen going up. The bonds are pretty stable. The the 10-year rate went up to 3%, I think. Yeah, it went up to 3.07. Now it's 3.02. So it's giving up some. So well, that's it. That's my plan for today, and we're 30 seconds for the bell. Let's go and prepare our charts. So the way I use internals is I just give it a few minutes for it to give me some information, because internals are derived from the New York Stock Exchange. So one thing is the futures market and one thing is the stock market, right? So we trade futures, and futures are derivative of the stock market. So the stock market for us is a leading indicator. All right, so the market is open, right? And then I'm gonna see what the internal tell me. All right, we opened up on the negative, obviously, because we're dropping 1%, but not very, very bearish. ADQD is holding there. And we have a spike on the tick chart, obviously, that the price is going up. As of right now, there's nothing that I see that tells me that we will have a further drop. The demand from Monday is still holding, right? It's being retested. It's being used. Now this is the fourth time we're there. But same of the supply that I had marked off was the same that worked during the CPI release. We'll give some minutes to let the market go to a certain direction so we can start trading this thing. Alright, so here with this drop I see a lower print in tick chart, and I do have these supplies on this form. The 3-minute is fairly young. It's 2 more minutes to go. The 7-minute is it has 4 more minutes to go. So now we can see some weakness in the internals. Remember, we're gonna go back down to the demand. Let's see what happens here. The volume today is higher than yesterday, and higher than Monday. So obviously we have a pretty sensitive news today, the CPI report. It was expected. That was a higher, volume day. Higher volume days, we expect higher volatility. And if we go see the VIX, the VIX is it went to 34 and is rejecting the 34, but also is holding above 32. So not not a big swing in the VIX, but it's holding steady. When it holds steady, you can create a slow drop. We go back to the watch list. Same scenario, like a little bit more reddish right now. I would say like I have like 70%, but very volatile is like around like 55%. Oh, Bitcoin is below 30,000. I can see what do we have here? Crude oil is 5% up. That's not good. Gold is flat. Silver is going up a bit. The dollar is going back down. And I see the yen also very weak. Alright, one more minute for this 7 minutes, and I want to see a zone here where I can trade this on short. Can be this. Let's see if I narrow the zone a little bit. There we go. Yeah, this. How much is the risk for this? Is the risk here is 23 points, so I will have to try to enter you have this zone that I'm not a huge fan because of the location. Here, but if I could time this better with the 3 minute, I might take this one. So ADD is very negative. The tick chart is showing weakness also. Now we gotta be careful with this supply. This supply is not easy to take because we're coming from a high quality, high time frame demand, and I don't want this to blow in my face. So I have a 12 222. That's my first supply. The 3 minutes is closing in 42 seconds. It's going up, and the tick chart is going on a higher high. Yeah, we have to be careful with those. I did not take this trade because of the tick. The tick is creating a new high right now on my field, and I will not be taking this either. Even though the 7 minute gives me more confidence, the 3 minute does not. And we've seen the demand working several times. I want to be careful with what direction I trade this market today, because dollar dropping is counterintuitive for me to go short, right? So I'm overly careful. That doesn't mean that the market cannot drop when the dollar drops. It certainly can, and I've seen it drop. But most likely scenario is dollar goes up and the market drops. And the dollar is dropping right now. Now, same thing for the market. When it drops, it attracts buyer. When the dollar drops, it attracts buyer also, right? So that's what we will have to be careful with. You get your internals from what broker? Your internals.
That I look at, I just get them from TradingView.
Oh, TradingView.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, my chart froze.
Your trade station internals?
Yeah, but just the internals. Everything else was working. And then it up and got down, whatever. It was a mess. Luckily I didn't have any trade. Alright, so the 7 minute just closed.
I'll be short, yes, from where the news took off.
Okay. So one important thing that I'm watching here in the ADQD, the high was not broken. There's a retracement there. I want to see this thing going lower. But no. It does look like we might go higher. And it does make sense, like the CPI number was bad, but not as bad. Like airlines fucked everything up. Like the rest of the index, it seems very, very reasonable. What the market is doing, it has some effect on the inflation. Now, we don't care, like predicting microeconomics is so difficult. A monkey can do it better than an economist. So I don't bias my trading after reports that come out, but I don't know, it's just for general, knowledge. I want to see how the situation is working, but it's not because I want to bias my trading towards whatever the report said or so on. Because I've seen good news and the market drops, and I've seen bad news and the market goes up, and the opposite too. So, but this thing, like this, it wants to go higher.
Order filled.
If I have some room to go long, meaning a zone is created before this high, and I have like 2-to-1, I will take it 2-to-1 till 501. I want to see something formed here. You're in anything?
It's in one long NQ and one long ES, the algos are. But I haven't, I took a short earlier on NQ and got stopped out break even. Sorry on the ES. I'm waiting to see some rejection candles form up here where the news took off from. I'd like to see it get a little higher though.
So I have this. There you go. Fuck. I'm gonna miss it. I am going to miss it. Yes.
Order fill.
Alright. So we have a trend change here. Which is this. Yeah. I'm going to take this.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
New 7-minute in 20 seconds. Alright, we have a new 7-minute. Alright, for those who ask, I haven't taken any trade yet. I'm leaning to the long side for now. Let's see if this demand holds. I just wanted to touch the red line and now I'll put my order to go long. There we go.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Alright.
Stop failed.
Alright, I was stopped out of this trade. I still think this might go long from here. Yeah, my risk was too tight. They basically stopped me out, and why not? That's why I say the invalidation point is so important. My invalidation point is 303. My stop was around 320. Why? Because I wanted to get it outside the zone. I wanted to wait for it to do this. Now I was 2 seconds earlier and I was stopped out, and my target is right there. Sometimes this can be frustrating, and it is what it is. That's the reality. We have no control of what this thing do. So we need to live with it. So if I account from here to here, how much was it? 23, yeah, like 400 bucks. Yeah. Take over for 2 minutes, please.
Welcome back, guys. We're looking here at the VIX. The VIX has taken a dive down from upwards of 34 about an hour ago down to 31. Means the market should want to go up. They went up some, but not as much as the VIX is dropping. The VIX seems to know something we don't. VIX should be telling this chart to make a new high. What you can see is that everything is holding above where it closed yesterday, including the NQ. It broke above that line right there. It's sitting right at it now, but has been holding above for the last 15 or 20 minutes, and everything else is well above yesterday's close. Dollar continues to drop. Crude oil continues to go up. When we spoke about an hour ago, it was in the 104 range, and it has now gone all the way up to 105. So crude is ripping up. And I was just saying the VIX is dropping hard, as if the market should be screaming up.
Yeah, it's -4%. Now I'm gonna change my bias to the short side. Alright, so I'm gonna put an order here. Short.
Order submitted.
There you go. Oh, it's money. Oh. Gonna be filled in this short.
Order filled.
I'm in this short. Let's see how this goes. Alright, I am 1-to-1 right now. I moved my stop break even. Let's see how this goes. I want this to go down and close below so I can be more like comfortable with this trade. There's some buying the dip right there, but I have my target in there is 40 seconds for the 7 minutes, so my fear right now is if the 7 minute spikes is gonna create some volatility and stop me out, break even. Yeah, but you know what, guys, it is what it is. There you go. There is the volatility that I was expecting. 10 seconds. If I can resist this 10-second more, I might succeed in this trade. Damn, volatility is brutal, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna sit out for a while. Let this thing settle down.
Yeah, no, I'm. This trade is +2. My target is +4.5. So if it breaks down, I might bring my stop to +2 so I can at least grab one. But it looks like it wants to retrace from there.
The ATR on 2-minute candles is 57.
Yeah.
Right now, it's the volatility is just killing everybody.
I know. And it's killing me.
Stop filled.
Damn. How much was I in this trade? Fuck. This is discouraging, guys. This is discouraging. I was $1,000 off in this trade per contract. It is what it is, I guess. So this was how much was this? 3-1. I think I might reevaluate my targets today. Yeah. So my target was like 5-1, 5.5-1. I was too greedy in this target. My bias hasn't changed, so I mean, I'm still biased to the short side here. But the thing is, the 7-minute volatility is the thing that I have to be careful with. Like, so one break even, one loser today.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Alright guys, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Very discouraging day for me. I'm -1. I was -3 in one trade. And I've missed some opportunity like the one that I'm missing right now. But it is what it is. That's how the market works, and we need to get better. So I see you all guys tomorrow, same time, 9:20, right? Have a nice trading day. See you tomorrow.
Alright guys, have a good one.